Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this other edition, this other episode of Wrong Reasons Why People Marry. I'm your friend, Pastor Divine Napuko, coming your way today with episode number 6 in this series, Wrong Reasons Why People Marry. And today, we are discussing reason number 6 and wrong reason why people marry. Reason number 6 is legal benefits. People marry for legal benefits. As you join me, please, if you are being blessed by what I do, share and share and share and comment and let some people know, your friends, your contacts, your connections know that your friend is life. And there are two types or categories of these types of marriages. One is a consensual agreement between the two parties involved in this fraudulent marriage. And this is outright fraud where two people agree for the reason of some legal benefits, which could be insurance benefits, which could be citizenship benefits, which could be tax benefits. They agree to marry, and they know that that marriage is fraudulent from the very beginning. They don't love each other. They don't want to be with each other, but there is an arrangement between the two of them. Probably the foreigner is the one paying for this arranged marriage in order to obtain immigration papers. And the second category of marriage based on legal benefits will be where it's a single party in that marriage being fraudulent. They come in with a deceptive idea, and all they are looking for through that so-called marriage is to obtain immigration benefits or to obtain some other benefits, which could be inheritance benefit, it could be health insurance, it could be, housing benefits, it could be, retirement benefits, some form of benefits which is based on the selfish interest of that one party who comes into the relationship with a deceptive agenda, not loving the other person, but sees that they can acquire some benefits from this person by reason of the fact that they are married to them. Legally, certain things will be willed to them. For instance, in this second category, you find young girls, very young girls, full of life and vitality, getting married to very old men who might not be strong enough to be a man of their dreams. I think you understand what I'm talking about. So you see a lady in her 20s, getting married to a man of 70, 80 years for legal benefits. They know if anything happens to this man, if he dies at any time, their wealth will either be willed to them or at least part of their wealth will be willed to them. And in this second category, you equally find young boys who get married to wealthy, very old ladies who are old enough to be their mother or even their grandmother for legal benefits. They know that through this so-called marriage, they are going to get access to wealth. They are going to have access to housing. They are going to have access to immigration benefits. They are going to have access to tax advantages, and by reason of their greed, they get into this marriage not because they love the other person, not because they really want to stay with that person, but because they know legally they will be able to obtain certain things from this union, from this fake union. And some could be they are so concerned with the children they will have, and they are in poverty, whoever is the fraudulent partner in this case, whether the male or the female, and they are getting into this union knowing that once I am married to this person, probably by having the joint property regime, anything that happens anything that happens to this person, I have access to their wealth. I have access to all they have amassed all their lives. And so they get into this so-called marriage, not because they love this person, but because they want to get some legal benefits. And whichever case it is, whether it's consensual fraud, where both parties consent to do fraud, probably the citizen is being paid a huge amount of money to be married fraudulently to this immigrant, and at the end of their transaction, their aim is that this immigrant, through the fake marriage, will obtain citizenship. And once this immigrant obtains the citizenship, they mutually agree to divorce, because actually it was a business transaction and there was no love in it. They may not even be romantically involved, and they are married just for the purpose of commerce. Money is being transacted and the citizen is benefiting from it. The benefiting the money from it. The immigrant is going to benefit the legal status of having citizenship, and that is how this is being transacted. And what is wrong with marrying somebody for legal reasons? The first thing is that the very foundation of it is faulty. The very foundation of it is faulty. And especially for the second category, where it's one person getting into it with a fraudulent mindset, wanting to get some benefit, legal benefits from this relationship, it is very, very likely that this kind of relationship cannot be a happy one. Yes, it cannot be a happy one, because this person who comes in with the idea of wanting to get so much from the relationship kind of exploits the other person. So first thing, it is not genuine. And when it is not genuine, there will not be real love. So this kind of marriage lacks genuine emotional connections. There is no genuine emotional connection between the two people, because they are faking it. And the second thing is there's a possibility of exploitation, serious exploitation, especially in the first category, where you have two people consenting together to go into a fraudulent union, all for the second party to have access to legal benefits like immigration benefits or citizenship and so on. You might find this citizen who is collecting money to give the immigrant the possibility to gain citizenship. He or she might go a long way to exploit and even manipulate the immigrant. And of course, they can do just anything with you, because the moment you stop to do their biddings, they can just go for a divorce, and that ends it. And they might have collected so much money from you, and at some moment they can terminate it. And if they terminate it and you haven't obtained the citizenship you were paying for, then you would have lost your money. And it can go on, and this citizen might go as much as changing the terms at his own caprices or whims and caprices. He might just wake up at any moment and decide to change the amount you agreed on. After all, there was no legal binding something signed somewhere. Of course, there was no paper, nobody who witnessed that kind of transaction. And he or she can get up at some moment and just decide to change the terms. You might have agreed $20,000, and this person, or 50,000 euro, whatever it is, they might just get up at some moment and say, hey, I'm changing the terms of this agreement, because I'm seeing that you're benefiting a lot already from this relationship. So instead of the $20,000, I want you to give me now $30,000. You are in a trap. And because you are in that trap, there is absolutely nothing you can do, because you know on the onset it was fraudulent. And the moment you begin a fraud, you might find yourself in a very tight situation where you would only want to pursue the fraud to its so-called ultimate end. Another issue with marrying for legal benefits is that you have legal risk. You have legal risk, because both parties could be, if discovered, of course, by the government, both parties could be sued. they could have legal penalties. And these legal penalties might include fines, punishments, imprisonments, and even deportation. Deportation of the fraudulent or the immigrant who wanted to gain citizenship, through that fraudulent union. It is not a good thing that you get yourself into a situation where you could actually be taken to court and charged for fraud, where you have to pay financial benefits or financial penalties, or you might even face deportation to your country, the country where you are running from and seeking citizenship in a different land. It can also lead to financial complications. Of course, when two people marry, it is known, believed that both of them have to manage their finances together, pool their resources together in order to live and work really like a couple. And when you get into a marriage just for legal benefits, there will be financial complications, there will be financial tensions. And the citizen who reads and understands that you married not for genuine love, but because you wanted to obtain some purpose through them, they might not only exploit you financially, but they would, not want to bring their money together with you, because they understand that at the end of the day, you may leave them. And if you may leave them, they will find it difficult to bring in their resources together. And equally, you might also find it difficult, because having joint investment might be a difficult thing, because at the back of your mind, you are not in this marriage. You just went into it, you just accepted it, or you kind of went into this kind of marriage just because you wanted some immigration benefits, some paper, some citizenship status, and you would not want to pull your resources together. And this will lead to a lot of financial complications, because the person who got into this union just for the sake of the papers or some other form of benefit would not want to get into any joint venture or any joint investment with their spouse. And sometimes even in marriages which are not really for legal benefits, you will find these complications. When you get into any union with selfish interest, when you get into any union with, not putting in your full trust, not putting in your whole commitment to that union, you might not want to bring your money and put it at the disposal of your spouse, because you always have at the back of your mind that someday this marriage thing called marriage is going to end. And when it does end, I want to be able to have access to my money. When it does end, I would want to have access to my investments. And so it will be difficult for you to pull your resources together. And so many marriages are strained because individuals get into it with a lot of selfish agenda. And because of that, they are unable to pull their resources together. They are unable even to trust the other person. They will not want to do anything common with that other person that requires investing their financial resources. And of course, another issue with marrying for legal benefits is that it might impact future relationships. Because anybody who had experienced a relationship where somebody got married to them because they wanted to gain citizenship status, or they want some insurance benefits, or they want, to get access to their wealth, this person might find it difficult to trust again. Because everyone who comes around them, or every potential spouse they meet, might want to think that this person is like the other one I got divorced from. And it might make it difficult for them to trust anyone. They might feel that every other person is a gold digger. Every other person gets into a relationship because they want to marry, they want to get some benefits, and they may find it difficult to trust again. They might find it difficult to genuinely love again. And because of that, they may have a hard time falling in love again. We equally have issues with children, impact on children. Why it is not good to marry for legal benefits. If children are involved in such unions, whether it is the because some of these consensual fraudulent marriages, you might even find the two people involved at some point get into romantic relationships. Yes, because the citizen who you are depending on to have papers may decide to have sexual relationship with you as a condition to keep you on this fraudulent union, or in this fraudulent union you have with them. And you might get pregnant. Children are involved. Now, getting children or bearing children in a fraudulent relationship itself is very complicated. It's very, very complicated. What's going to happen to these children? What is going to happen to them? Because both of you know, or at least one of you knows that this relationship is fraudulent. So what happens to these children who are born in this relationship? So it will lack, a marriage already lacking strong foundation can create a very unstable environment for children if children happen to be part of this fraudulent union. So it's, of course, you find yourself living a false life, a fake life. You actually know, and you know that you are living a fake life. And I don't understand how comfortable that can be, that you understand that you are living a fake life. You are married, but you are not really married. That's very complicated. And this leads to unhappiness. You can't be happy living a fraudulent life. You can't be happy living a fake life. You can't be happy brandishing a fake relationship, a fake marriage. And some people know that they are with that woman just because they want the benefits. Or they are with that man just because they want some legal benefits from that person. Nothing beyond that. And how can you be happy living that kind of life? Where you are married to somebody knowing that it's only for legal reasons. As soon as I have my papers, this marriage is over. As soon as I have my papers, this marriage is over. Or you are married to this person, always wishing that this person should die so you can inherit their properties. What happiness can you have in that kind of marriage? The wrong reasons why people marry. I really think that this life is so short that getting into fraud or getting into arranged marriages for citizenship reasons should not be something. I've known some few people who married, and then, Africans, immigrants, they marry people, and, once they have their feet on the ground, and once they are able to make money, once they have the documents, they divorce. They look for divorce. This person becomes some demon to them, and they do everything to make sure that they divorce from this person. After all, at the back of their mind, they had always known that they were not married because they loved this person. They were married because they wanted to obtain citizenship. And this is fraud in itself. Ladies and gentlemen, marriage is a serious commitment, and it is not a journey that you get into just because of legal benefits. And remember, if you marry for the wrong reasons, you are either the wrong person in that marriage, or you certainly married a wrong person and you cannot be happy. See you in episode number 7 of Wrong Reasons Why People Marry. It has been your friend, Pastor Divine Nopoko. If you were blessed, please share this. And if you need relationship counseling, get to me and we are good to go. God bless you and have a blessed day. Shalom.